Hello, today I'm going to talk about the segmental elements of the English phonetical system, focusing especially on vowels, their classification, and main characteristics. By the end, I'll also explain why understanding this classification is so useful when we teach English as a foreign language. First, I want you to explain what is a vowel. Sounds produced by little or no obstruction of airflow act as the nucleus center of the syllable, usually voiced, and English has 12 monophthongs, 5 plus 5 to 8 diphthongs depending on the accent. So, to begin with, how do we classify English vowels? We have four main criteria that we have to talk about. First of all is the height of the tongue. We are talking about high, mid, and low, frontness or backness of the tongue, front, central, and back. And we have the lip rounding, rounded or unrounded. And of course, length, although, and we have the fourth parameter that is tenseness or laxness. Yes, tense versus lax vowels, and of course, length. Although in modern English, length is not most important difference anymore. In general, American and received pronunciation, we usually recognize 12 monophthongs, pure vowels, or and 5 to 8 diphthongs depending on the variety. Let me show you the classic vowel quadrilateral. Here we have close mid, and open. And we have front, central, and back. Okay? So this is the main chart we have about the vowel quadrilateral. This is the big chart. Okay? Here we can recognize some of the phonetical or the sounds that we've been studying this first part of the of this semester. Okay. Also, we have the front vowels. Yes, we have here the I, the tense high front and unrounded like fleece. Then we have the lax near or high front like kids. Then we have the face, diphthong, the dress, and trap, low front and unrounded. Then we have the central vowels. Yes, here we have the central vowels: nurse, coma, strut. Here we have this one that is unstressed. This is named schwa. This vowel, this sound, um, I think it's important because we use this kind of sound. I think is one of the most common. Then we have goose, foot, thought, north, goat. Okay. Then we have the diphthongs. Okay. We have well, we have to notice that back vowels like you and you are rounded, while front vowels are generally unrounded except in some varieties. We also have diphthongs or gliding vowels. We have closing diphthongs and centering diphthongs. Okay? Closing diphthongs are common are they, price, choice, and mouth centering diphthongs like near, square, or cure. Okay? Then we have this is the classification useful in EFL teaching. First of all, a very important point for teaching tense vowels usually appear in open syllable or are long whereas lax vowels. cannot normally end open a stressed syllable. This is why Spanish speakers, for example, struggle with the difference between sheep and sheep. Their language doesn't have this tense lacks contrast. So, how does understanding vowel classification help us teaching? We have predict pronunciation. Second, we use the vowel chart. Third, we create targeted minimal pair practice. And then fourth, we teach lip rounding consciously and when needed. In short, the more precisely we understand the articulatory and acoustic properties of English vowels, the better we can guide our students towards clearer, more native like pronunciation. Thank you. We have the common problems with speakers, like I said, is this. But what about the Japanese speakers? We have the cat, and all they will add this cato. Okay, these when in French or Turkish we have forget, and they use more the back of the vowels. Okay. In conclusion, understanding the articulatory features of English vowels, more accurate diagnosis, better pronunciation, activities, faster improvement for our students. Thank you for watching.